Hello, all my meowing milkmaids. Welcome back to another episode of TLT Podcast. Kane's words, not mine. I am your host, and I am joined by the co-host.
PokeArt 2004.
And you're no comment on the
Why
weird.
did you have to say that?
Hey, I have to pay tribute to the wonderful world of indie animation. Okay.
You could have done that any other way.
Well, I had to do it in my own way. Well, last time we covered the TLT recap of round 2 and going into round 3 predicts. So today we're going to start off round 3 recap, and that by nature is going to cover the losers round 1 bracket, as noted by the challenge here, which is right over here. This is one that Dan actually keeps tabs on and actually updates on a week-to-week basis. So good job to Dan on that. And we're gonna.
Don't you mean losers round 2?
No, it's actually losers. Oh, you're right. It is losers round 2 because losers round 1 actually was last week. What am I thinking? I'm the one messing up. Anyway, losers round 2, aka round 3. And we're only going to cover 8 games, which you can see the results right now. Let's cover them one by one. First off is the first game that was actually played and the one that came before the video even got started. It's Batty versus Street Boom. And Batty won, not surprisingly, in 2. Which we honestly kind of predicted in hindsight, but it's good that some things actually go our way in terms of predicts, but unfortunately for Street, it didn't go the way he was intending. But fortunately for Batty, this goes exactly as intended. So, Street, I'll give Street credit though. He did have a pretty strong start in this first game of OU, with Goldango tricking the Choice Band away to give Scizor Choice Specs, and Great Tusk bulking up to crit kill Zamazenta with Headlong Rush on turn 6, even bringing Glamora down to Sash level. However, Batty had the stronger long game, more effectively because him continuing to set up hazards, and Ogerpon setting up Sword Stance and trailblazing against the Primarina in order to kill it, and killed Iron Crown because Street knew to quit while we're ahead because Iron Crown was always going to be a menace, and he only had.
Except he was ahead.
He isn't ahead.
He said quit while he's ahead. Well, he wasn't ahead. He wasn't ahead.
He isn't ahead. He wasn't ahead. And he quit while he wasn't ahead, and because Ogerpon was already going to be the major threat, and he only had Enamorus and Moltres left in his remaining party, and he forfeited, and Batty won. Very convincingly.
Yep.
And then PU was next. PU was a pretty slow game right at the start. Batty only got to managing to Toxic Gastrodon using Belly Bolt's Toxic, and after both set up rocks, both just had a really slow switch fest going on, with both trying to switch in, trying to get the early purchase and the early leverage, continuously pivoting back and forth and back and forth. However, Batty started to gain momentum right around after the first few turns, him managing to paralyze the Houndstone using Bellyboat Static, and killed Gastrodon using Meloetta's Hyper Voice. That is when Batty started to pick up the pace and actually try to use very effective moves in order to kill Street's team. Wochian tried to Terra Poison to block Bellybolt's toxic attempt and leech seeding it in return. However, Frostmoth managed to paralyze it before Stun Spore, using Stun Spore before attacking it. Meloetta's Psyshock, though, became probably the move of the game. It just became more focal as it gained kills left, right, and center, critting and killing
Yeah. That Meloetta was on a spree.
Yes, it crit and killed Colossal and Houndstone, and Gasper.
Well, to be more specific, it crit the Colossal, then killed it. It didn't actually kill it with the crit.
No, it crit and killed.
However, that didn't matter at all. It was like a 72-73% chance of 2-hit KOing anyway.
So Meloetta was going to win the war anyway, despite the fact that Colossal was able to come in on a hard switch, no less. Gastrodon also played a part in Terra Ghosting to neutralize Wo Qian's Giga Drain attacks, which was very nice. And then, kind of a crucial turn, but also kind of not, because Wo Qian was fully paralyzed on turn 55, losing to Meloetta Psyshock, which also killed Scyther in the end for Batty to win.
I don't think that mattered. It was just gonna protect.
It was going to protect, but yeah, Meloetta was going to Psyshock anyway, and Meloetta took advantage and killed Wo Qian, allowing Batty to just pick up the win shortly after. Very nice.
Yeah, because Scyther was paralyzed and thus couldn't outspeed Meloetta, so it just died.
So very, very well done. Very well done by the Batty to try and gain a good win for Batty. Hopefully he'll tear through the losers bracket as many predicted, because he's one of the tougher threats in this pool, in this losers side of the bracket. Next up, from the first game that was played to the last game that was played, Penter versus Naughton Hacker, which was a 3-game series. First off, PU.
I don't understand some of the games in this series.
Well, let's start off with PU, which probably features some of the more head-scratching events in this tour. Penter will have the advantage in the beginning, setting up hazards nicely, and Sandslash taking Veluza's final gambit. Final gambit really early on.
I also noticed that Spirit Break got a new animation.
It did. It's not just a Moonblast clone anymore.
Well, it was never a Moonblast clone.
It looks like the animation to Moonblast, but it's nice to get some variety for Spirit Break, having a better and a more impactful animation like that. Venusaur also got to beat Caparaja in that stretch of events, netting Penter's advantage even more. And then, this one was one of the more head-scratching turns. Scrafty, Terra Poison, became kind of an MVP in this one, setting up the Dragon Dance. Grimmsnarl over here tried to use Spirit Break against the Terra Poison Scrafty, which is a good call by Penter to Terra, and then managed to set up Reflect. However, prepare your brains for this one. Turn 19, Naughton Hacker, Terra Steeled against a base fighting type who carried Drain Punch and killed it through Reflect.
Genuine question. What was that line of thinking?
Yeah.
I think I know what his line of thinking was, but it's still just kind of stupid either way.
Yeah, you might be thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna do Poison Jab. I'm a fairy type.
Yeah, he was thinking he was gonna Poison Jab, but if he didn't Poison Jab before, why are you gonna Poison Jab now?
He's gonna probably do Poison Jab, so I'm a Terra Steel and block that attack right then and there, right? How many Scrafty have actually carried Poison Jab?
I'm not sure how common it is. I don't really play this tier, but if he is on near full health. He hasn't got a reason to drain punch.
Yeah.
He could just straight up go for the poison jab, but he didn't. Odds are he's not carrying it.
Yeah, I don't.
So why would he use anything but poison jab? You know?
Yeah, it's not a very. Yeah, it was one of the more head scratching plays.
Why would he use anything but drain punch? You know?
Yeah, drain punch is definitely like the move that he is going to use. So I don't know why he needed that to be poison jab. He even said on turn 20, the turn after, needed that to be poison jab. Again, how many people can carry poison jabs, Crafty?
I don't know. I mean, it's Terra Poison, so it could have been poison jab, but like, yeah, I don't get it. And like, the Scrappy's kind of low now, so even more of a reason why Penter would want to
drain punch,
slurp that health.
Yes, he wants to drain punch. He is going for the drain punch either way. It's a head scratching play that I don't understand while watching. So anyway, after that, after Shell Smash Minior came into play, Floor just then tanked that acrobatics very nicely, as you saw, 97%, beating it with Moonblast. It was not a max roll. It was a low roll, according to Penter, which kind of stings that even more. And
yeah, I wonder. Let's see what that roll is. 81% chance to kill.
Yikes! 19% chance, and he got it.
That's a little under 19%. 81.3% chance to OKO.
Okay, 18.7% chance to not kill, and he got that. He got that chance.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. Again, it stings. That kill stings a little bit more. And then, yeah, Scrafty went back in, came and beat the Skuntank, and even gained the Choice Scarf because Rotamo tricked the Scrafty into only doing Drain Punch, which it got to kill either
He was really hoping he would D-dance, but like he has no reason to D-dance by that point.
Yeah, because the Drain Punch would just kill at that range, and ultimately it did him and Penter won.
No, not even because Drain Punch kills. Like, even if it doesn't kill, like, there's a goddamn Delphox in the back.
Which, you know, Rotamo are very scared of. So
Rotamo ain't killing a Delphox in one hit.
Yeah, not even a crit Thunderbolt. Anyway, next up.
Trick was all that Rotom could really do by that point.
Actually, a crit Para Thunderbolt. Maybe you'd have a chance. Alright, anyway, next up is RU, which Hacker actually gained some early purchase here.
Not in Hacker. Because he's not Hacker. Hacker's a different player.
No, a Hacker. Not in Hacker. Gained some early purchase here. Tricking the Chansey with Sticky Barb and paralyzing it with Thunder Wave. Was a good trapper and a good, support killer.
It's not as though paralyzing it mattered at all. That's natural cure Chansey.
Yeah, didn't really need to paralyze it, but tricking it is a good play.
No, it was a switch in to prevent other mons from getting paralyzed.
Mm-hmm. And, Klefki got to set up spikes and tricked even Weezing's Rocky Helmet away in order for it to obtain Eviolite. So he was really playing around with the items against Penter on this one. Nasty Plot Mew. Yes, Not in Hacker actually brought that. He beat Chansey before Umbreon did damage with it. Big damage, in fact, with Foul Play. I didn't expect that to do 53%. and managed to toxic Slitherwing on a switch in. He kind of lost momentum for a bit. But then he probably got it back with, he promptly got it back with Mew Terraferrying, beating Wheezing Galar through Psychic Noise before losing to Hisuian Gludra via the Full Paralysis and the Heavy Slam. And yeah, Toxicity, then Drain Punched. It managed to use a physical variant of mixed variant of Toxicity with physical
moves. Yeah, there aren't physical variants to my knowledge.
But there are mixed variants, and this one is one of them. Toxicity managed to Drain Punch to kill Hisuian Gudra, then Shift Gear to Boom Burst Sweep the rest of Penter's Mon, winning Not in Hacker the game. So yeah, Hacker played better in RU. Doubles though, it wasn't.
I don't know. Played better is a strong word. I do feel like there were multiple things he could have done differently.
Actually, yes, you're right, because he did lose momentum kind of a bit in the middle.
Like, he didn't sub up with Suicune on a really ideal-looking sub opportunity when the Wheezing was out. I mean, did he see how much that Strange Stream did? It didn't do 25. It doesn't break sub. Why not start subbing up now? Get a head start.
Get that sub on, get that scald in, and just stall it out. Would be a really effective turn there. But yeah, other than that, credit to Hacker. He did play to a decent degree. Next up is doubles, which, the first few turns were pretty interesting. Landorus missed a Sandsteer Storm on turn 1. Chien Pao missed...
On both bonds.
On both Mons. And then Chien Pao didn't fare very much better, missing an Icicle Crash on turn 3 before...
It's okay, because then the Ogre Pond got crit by Raging Bull anyway.
Yes. Which gave Penter quite the leg up in this one. Eventually,
more of a leg up, a slight more of a leg up than he already had.
And the critting the Ogre Pond by the Volt Switch, that already pretty much decided that yes, Penter is going to win and absolutely dominate in doubles. Oh god, there's a TLT match going on while we were recording. What the frick?
Wait, right now?
Yes. Someone posted the link.
Hey, why is it in general?
Okay, I guess we're covering this.
Also, just because he posted it in general doesn't make him an idiot. It's just a mistake. It's just a silly mistake.
I'm fine. Anyway, surprise matchup.
Oh, it's Blood Ace versus How Play Pokemon.
Yeah, very surprise matchup. Surprise matchup alert. Finally, we got it on camera. It is a matchup. It is a live matchup. This time it's How Play Pokemon versus Blood Ace. Which, I think for our prediction, we are going with Blood Ace, aren't we?
Yeah, I was thinking Blood Ace.
I was also thinking Blood Ace on here. So there's your early prediction out of the way. But we are going to watch this game and see our reactions to it. Oh, a nice flinch there. On the flinch-imon that is Jirachi.
Why does it keep using Iron Head,
again,
though?
Para-flinch. It's just relying on the para-flinch.
Oh my gosh. The poor Jirachi.
It's getting its serene grace.
It's like feeling the pain it inflicts on others it's like, yeah.
It's getting serene grace.
What I wanted to say.
Serene Grace by Bisharp, of all things. So, there you go. There's your first kill. Outplay Pokemon really effectively using that Hex to his advantage. So that's really funny. That's a really funny first few turns there. Nothing really too exciting in the first beginnings aside setting up hazards and whatnot. Nice play. No way. No way.
That didn't matter. I don't think that mattered. It's fine.
No way is this actually happening. There's a moon blast from Pheasantipity, and Mimikyu's already in the big boy surprise here. What's Pheasantipity gonna do against the Mimikyu?
Probably just Moonblast, because what else can it do? I don't think it can really, But wait.
A crit?
Crit?
A crit Shadow Sneak? I can't believe it. This man is just getting lucky. What? Oh, there's a crit Shadow Sneak as well. I'm betting he's mauling on chat right now.
That mattered. Jeez. Also, I'm a little confused why Shadow Sneak of all things is. I guess it's not carrying Shadow Claw, maybe, because the Pheasantipity. The Pheasantipity did not outspeed Mimikyu. The Mimikyu moved first with Sword Stance.
It's webs. Why are you? What? It is webs.
It was Boots Pheasantipity, Mikoi.
Oh, it was Boots. Oh, never mind. But still.
So it was just low.
It was just low. But still, hilarious. Oh, there's the first instance of Hacks not being in his favor. How play Pokemon really playing with a... Oh, man. Already, this game has already produced memes, and I don't even have to... I don't even have to take notes for this one. So Monkey Dory is out. It's gonna be Monkey Dory. It's all gonna be Hunky Monkey Dory beating the Ribombi here with Psychic Noise. Okay.
Okay.
So Necrozma's gonna be. Ooh. Yeah, that's a kill. All right. I think still how play Pokemon wins. I guess.
Game 1, anyways. Yes.
Wins game 1.
So.
Wait, Earth Power? Okay.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have anything else.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't have anything else, but alright, fine.
Gengar just wins now, though.
Yeah, I mean, who else could really clean up this game but Gengar?
What?
Dazzling Gleam. Well, it kills.
Yeah, but Oh.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Is he gonna knock off? Yep, this kills, but what's he gonna do against the big fat Bisharp? Or this, I guess.
What do you mean, Bisharp? He has a Zapdos, so he's just gonna go with that. And he did.
And he won. Good for him. Yeah. Alright, now let's wait for game 2.
I like how happily Pokemon calls it Tilt.
Tilt. Yeah. And you! Bakoa's
Sun!
He's
Sun!
Blood Ace brought Sun against Bakoa's Standard.
Non-Sun.
Standard. Alright, so Infernape comes out. That's a mon we haven't seen really in NU much. Against Clef?
It's there. It's present. It does things.
It does things. What? And it wins the war with Klefki. Imagine this thing rocks because it does carry Stealth Rock.
It does?
Yes, it does. Oh.
Oh, that's...
Oh. Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright.
Fire Punch. Fire
Jeez.
Punch. Okay.
The manga?
Yeah. Hey, don't make me read another thing. Here's Flygon. I already had to cry at one Fujimoto thing. Why are you gonna make me do another? Anyway.
What?
Never mind. There's the rocks. By Flygon of all things.
I guess it's not a D-Dance Flygon.
It ain't looking like. Zarina comes in and U-turn. Very nice U-turn. Whimsicott
Maybe it's like Insect Blade.
Whoa, Triple Axle.
Oh, ouch.
That's a bulky
Didn't
Whimsicott.
kill, though.
That's a bulky Whimsicott. Alright.
Yeah, because it's a Sunsetter.
And it does set up the sun very nicely.
Oh,
Memento! Oh no! Whoa!
Oops.
Oh no, Bloody!
Also, it's occurring to me that
Oh, Venusaur. Hopefully he brings in Venusaur.
it's occurring to me how very unfortunate the first turn T-Wave miss was because of that.
Yeah, it was.
But
it really was. That's a bad omen. That was a bad omen waiting to happen. All right.
Yeah, Blood Ace just explained it. He would have been able to set Sun turn 2
if he hit.
You know.
Yeah.
Hit.
If it hit, it would have set up the Thunder Wave and set up Sunny Day, which would allow him to try to sweep. But that didn't happen because hacks. Anyway, Venusaur comes in. Is it wise to set up growth now?
If it's Terrafire, maybe.
Oh.
Aha!
Oh.
What did I just say?
Bye-bye! So Weather Ball is going to kill Sylveon right here. And now it is going to Mega Sweep. Sludge Bomb. And Mach Punch doesn't do jack. Oh, Earth Power. Yeah, very nice.
Who cares? Sludge Bomb. We don't need Sludge Bomb.
You don't need Sludge Bomb?
We have Earth Power. We have Weather Ball. We have Solar Beam or Giga Drain, one of those.
Yeah, or it's
That's
fine.
That's all you need.
Yeah, Venusaur just sweeps. Although,
it might not if this thing is Assault Vest and Terras.
But I think it... Wait. That's Queenly Majesty.
This could be like Terra... Oh,
no.
It's dead.
I mean, it's +2 special attack as well, Pokeheart. It's also at,
yeah,
58%?
but like if it's if it was like Terra Dragon or something,
then it would have a chance of doing the resisting, but didn't think to do it. Oh, what's it gonna do?
Bye-bye.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, what's it gonna do? Like what?
Why would he do that?
Like, why did he do that? He could have saved that for the end game, man. You could have saved that.
My thoughts exactly, Color Name. Why did he do that?
Terra Flying Dancy. Okay.
Yeah, like
Oh, Trick Room. This could be a game changer right here.
This is game changing.
Yeah, Colored Name said it best. Why is Min Xiao sacked when it absolutely is the win con? That's kind of stupid. Anyway.
Uh-oh.
Meteor Beam, but that resists. Oh my god, that's not a resist! Especially under Trick Room. Moonblast.
This is going to be difficult, though, because he's going to need to be in a position when Trick Room ends, where he...
Bye, Venusaur. Bye, Venusaur. Now what? I'm gonna bet.
I'm not sure if anything can kill this from its current amount of health, so,
Whew. Maybe so.
This might be...
This is close. This could be close.
Wait,
in the hindsight.
The Scovillain might win.
Might?
Needs to hit whatever it's about to use, though.
Okay, Fire Blast probably would be the better option.
Earth Power and Moonblast don't kill it.
Yes. Fire Blast from
Scovillain
Scovillain
is not able to kill Diancie from this current amount of health, however.
I think it's gonna be a Fire Blast.
Nah, he doesn't need to do that, especially if it's like Specs or something. If it's Specs, then he just flamethrowers, and that's good.
Which is the safer move if he is Specs.
Yeah, because ouch. Oh no!
Oh
no! Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
It's still in range.
It's still in range. Okay.
But like, is this modest?
I hope it is. It's gotta be if it is.
Or no, that Diance's just not bulky.
Yeah.
Okay, yep,
it's not
Blood Ace
bulky.
wins.
Yay! Yay!
Although
Liquidation.
you probably should have just switched it out. I don't know.
Probably. Alright. Go! Alright! Blood Ace wins, and we're now taking it into a game 3. Let's go. Alright, final game is OU.
I'm guessing how play Pokemon locked this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a grassy terrain team with Comfey.
Uh-oh. But on preview, I want to say this favors Blood Ace.
Why?
Well, I feel like the offensive options that are available to how play Pokemon are walled by Blood Ace somewhat.
I don't know.
Although depends on the Comfey, but like the Comfey is probably just walled by the
Corviknight.
Slowking, unless it's like Terra Ground.
Corviknight, Slowking, or Dondozo even with Unaware. So.
Yeah, like, it really depends on the Comfey's Terra. I think I've seen this team before. I think I've seen this team used by him before.
Fair enough. Okidogi also there. Also mention the fact that Okidogi is banned in UU, I believe. So, no usage of that.
It is, yes.
No usage of that in UU this week, but you can use it in OU, which How Play Pokemon took that to heart.
You can also use it in Ubers.
What's it gonna do in Ubers? I think I know, actually.
Really? Tell me.
Actually, no, I don't. I'm just waffling.
That's what I thought.
So, is anyone going to start, like... Oh, Blood Ace. What's a prep? It says Vaporeon. I believe you are doing the calcs while we do... Oh, the first turn has started. And we got Cinderace versus Cinderace.
Huh, mirror lead.
Interesting first leads. So, both of them are going to U-turn.
Or they're gonna do something... They're both gonna neutrally attack each other to see who can knock off the other first. I don't mean literally use knockoff.
Yeah,
I don't think Cinderace can win that.
does Cinderace even get knockoff?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it's Dark Move is Sucker
Yeah,
Punch.
I didn't mean the move.
I can high jump kick.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Alright.
Oh, I guess it is gonna U-turn. Okay.
I told you. That's one out of the way. There's a Dondozo. And is it gonna U-turn? No.
Yeah, see, that one didn't U-turn.
It's a crit, though. It's a crit fireball. Again, How Play Pokemon has the advantage in terms of hacks. Slowking comes in, U-turns, and he's going to switch into the Rillaboom.
Rillaboom? Uh-oh,
Against
that's
the poison
banded.
type.
That's probably banded. Run!
Run. Oh, go switch to Corby.
Switch to Corby! That thing's banded. I think I've seen this team before.
What? Uh-oh.
Pretty sure it's
Uh-oh.
banded.
There goes your... Oh. Alright.
Let's see.
Tinglu.
If this still had, it's... Yeah, that's band damage. That's a banded Rillaboom. Confirmed.
Alright, if it's banded Rillaboom, it's gonna switch out. Bako is gonna switch out into something that can deal with Tinglu, which is the Okidogi, which he does, and Earthquakes it to...
Yeah, that's pathetic.
Yeah, Okidogi's bulky. What did we tell you?
No, grassy terrain's up, that's why.
Oh, right. Because Earthquake does get mitigated by grassy terrain. Oh, there comes the bulk up.
Will it be a problem if this thing Terra Darks? Oh.
Ow!
I guess,
Sugarberry.
oh. Well then.
Interesting. Interesting choice. Sugarberry, Slowking.
Oh, I guess he didn't want to take that. Oh.
Here comes the Comfey, here comes the Slowking, which is the, Ooh, that's good damage, actually.
Yeah, and now the Slowking's in. Comfey's not gonna do anything here now.
Yeah, Comfey isn't really the... Yeah, Comfey isn't really the most vital mon to bring out now.
Yeah, Comfey's not great here, but it would be good in stopping a potential Kyurem sweep if it so comes to it.
Yep, definitely. Is it gonna switch into... Ooh, not the Dondozo this time.
Why are you just inviting a U-turn?
Yeah, he's just providing him a good...
Why are you inviting damage that stays? Oh, that didn't do anything.
Oh, that payback
Wait,
didn't do jack.
Crit.
That was a crit, and that didn't do jack.
What the hell?
Kyurem. Kyurem too bulky under ice. Under snow.
Oh, right, it's under snow.
Yeah, so defense is boosted, ice types wise. But here comes the other Kyurem. Is going to be that. Oh, it's a D-dance. Ah, I knew it.
Although the other Kyurem is benefiting from that snow defense boost as well.
Yes. That's why he switched it in.
If that's a special Kyurem, then that special Kyurem's more than happy to be in this situation.
It would be a bad idea to do Draco Meteor right now, because you got 2 steel types and a fairy type. Actually, no, not... 2 things that resist. I think it's perfectly
fine, actually.
2 things that resists. Dragon. Ice?
Wait, it's mixed?
It's mixed.
Whoa!
Blizzard! Whoa! It kills! Whoa! Damn!
Blizzard! Do specs Kyurems normally run that?
Hype! Good set. Good set. Maybe people should utilize that more. Blizzard Kyurem with Slowking Chilly Reception? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! And look at that, the other Kyurem's
That's Rocky dead. Helmet Corby. Wow, alright, so he has things to deal with.
That's good here, I think.
Yeah, that's really good, actually. Like, Okidogi takes damage.
Okidogi is, like, still pretty threatening here, though. I think Okidogi's probably the biggest threat at the moment.
Oh, now it is. Well, now it is. Now that you say that, it's bulked up twice. And Future Sight came in. Future Sight is now come into play. It's going to hit in 2 turns. How is it going to deal with... Oh, alright, so it's going to Teleport or Chilly Reception. Either one of the 2. Goes to Corviknight. Very effectively.
But, like, if the Okidogi Terras, then... It takes that comfort. Yeah, there it is. There's the goddamn Terra Dark. I was waiting for that. Wait. Oh, it's Iron Defense.
Oh.
It's Iron Defense.
Iron Defense
Corby
versus...
should win this then.
Oh, really? You think so?
Never mind.
What? Let's see it. Roar! Oh no! Get the blizzard in! Get the blizzard in! Get the freeze!
Wait.
No! Oh no! Drain Punch! Whoa!
What ace? You're not Dozo! It's unaware! Do something!
Oh no, he burned it! He burned it with the Will-O-Wisp!
Okay, the Dondozo is in. All the threat is neutralized.
All things considered, it is...
being dead sucks.
It does suck. What else are you gonna take?
Ah, damn. Rocky Helmet's gone.
Rocky Helmet is go... No. Oh, well. There goes the way to deal with your Okidogi and your Rillaboom. But it has body press. I guess that's the way to do it.
Now heal that Dozo. Heal that Dozo. No! Heal the... Okay, good. You healed the Dozo.
You healed the Dozo with the Terra Poison Cinderace in.
That's not Terra.
Libero type Cinderace in.
Oi, oh yeah, King Gambit is also an issue.
Hell yeah, King Gambit's always an issue.
You're right.
It's always an issue. And now it's looking threatening against the Slowking. What you gonna do?
It's gonna,
Ow!
That's an unfortunate crit.
That is a bad
I'm not
crit.
really surprised, though, at this point.
That is a bad crit. Dondozo comes back in. Gets fireballed.
Doesn't care.
Doesn't care. It's a Dondozo. Its fat blobbiness can actually tank a hit.
No one wants to see that Comfey in, though. Get that thing out of here.
Aww, Sleep Talk did not do the thing that he wants. Slowking comes in, and now it's gonna Calm Mind, hoping to get a sweep in.
Yeah, no.
Which would not be wise. Which would not be wise at this situation. Store power.
My.
But it gets killed. So no need that for it anyway.
Does the Corviknight come in here? I mean, kinda has to, right?
Kinda has to, yes. And it does. And it tries to... Whoa, Woodhammer.
A Woodhammer?
I think it was expecting like a Tinglu.
And now that Cinderace is chipped.
Chipped pretty good, honestly. Look at that. Look at that damage.
Now, it's probably just gonna U-turn, yeah.
No, it's a war of attrition right now.
I don't like how low that Dozo's getting. Look how low that Dozo is.
Oh, it's got one turn of sleep.
No!
Ooh! Oh, it doesn't do the thing.
The Dozo is too low! What have you done?
It's gonna die. No? Protects it, at least for what? What? Kanto Cleave gets in.
What? The Tinglu has rest too?
Yo.
No, okay.
Okay. You turn to the King Gambit.
It saddens me deeply that the Dozo is pretty much dead.
Yes, it is.
And
it can't be as hard
switching. The Dozo will not get to heal.
No.
Oh, God.
What?
What? Nope.
Sucker Punch.
Oh,
I dare you.
Uh-oh.
Bye, Dozo.
That's not good.
Sucker Punch, I dare you. Does Corby come in now? I think it has to.
No, either,
Tinglu?
Actually, if Cinderace burns it, I think Corviknight cleans.
You're right. It has to get a lucky burn.
It's not.
Ooh.
That works.
That does work.
Okay. But it's a little too risky to take any hits.
So it has to play it very carefully. Here's the Tinglu.
But now the Rillaboom comes in for free.
Yes. And now it's gonna do a crazy damage with Woodhammer.
That didn't do anything.
It's only 11% Pokeart.
And now the Corby, it comes in. It finally gets the chance to heal, I think. Oh my God, it stayed in.
Ooh, you are risking it, man.
What is he doing?
Ooh.
Oh, that is what he is doing.
Yeah, he's trying to rest it off.
Oh no, it's dead.
Bye.
In.
It is now in. What's it gonna do? Oh, it burns
Rillaboom is burned!
Alright.
Yes!
Alright, Banded Rillaboom has been burned.
Alright, you just kill it now. Good.
Yeah. Bye. And now, hopefully
the Cinderace is still a problem, though. The opposing Cinderace is a problem.
Especially when you have a Corviknight. Still healthy.
Oh, you got to go first.
Right.
So Slowking in.
Gunk shot.
That was
okay.
the
Gunk shot, really? Against the Corviknight and the Slowking? Really?
He gets to do that. He's back into his Cinderace.
Fireball or Sucker Punch.
Gunk shot. Kill. Gunk shot very likely.
Why did you stay in? Why did you stay in, bruh? Corviknight's right there. He can friggin' be immune to it. Okay.
Oh, this isn't good. Oh, this isn't good.
This is not good.
Oh, this looks so
The
bad
King
now.
Gambit comes in now and is the big threat. I think Blood Ace just choked.
It's not quite how it's outsped.
I think Blood Ace choked by letting
my
that
god,
Cinderace
it was
stay
a
in.
speed tie.
Oh
my god.
Oh, that hurt. And bye. Wow! Blood Ace choked.
Oh, wait, no, he meant the Cinderace speed tie, but oh.
Blood Ace choked. By letting that thing stay in.
I can't really blame the way he played. Like, he was like, surely the Cinderace switches now. Surely it switches now. No, it didn't switch, and oh. Yeah, he needed to win the Cinderace speed tie to win, and unfortunately he didn't.
Or, switch out when it's actually going to do Gunk Shot.
Well, that's what he was doing before, but he wanted to go for the speed tie.
Ugh. Okay. So, before we were rudely interrupted by a surprise game, we were going to say that Chien Pao friggin' killed the Landorus with the, after the miss, it actually managed to hit and killed the Lando, while Ogerpon died. Ogerpon died to a breaking swipe from Gouging Fire.
Yeah, I was watching this game like, oh no, not in Hacker. You don't understand what you're doing. Your redirection isn't gonna redirect the breaking swipe.
It was the most effective move that turn, and it actually killed the thing, the Ogerpon. And then came the not so hilarious, but the rock slide. The rock slide beating the Chien Pao after Chien Pao managed to get another kill on the Tornadus this time, and then
come on, bro. That Tyranitar's not outspeeding shit.
And towards the final turns of this game, we saw Mountain Hacker try to use the special Calm Mind Iron Crown. However, Penter thought at one step ahead and used Howl to boost up it and Ogerpon's attack ratio and beat the Tyranitar very effectively. And
by that point, there was nothing to think about because he already got rid of the psychic terrain, so I don't think it was possible to win.
And then the Ivy Cudgel in the end beat the Indeedee through a crit, but that didn't matter because Ogerpon does big damage. And even trying to do the finale with Terra Grass Iron Crown couldn't really do much of it as Raging Bolt just tanked the hits, and it ultimately had to tank 2 Ivy Cudgels in order for it to die. Also crits. Thoughts on the end?
It mattered. I mean, Ivy Cudgel 1-hit KO'd Iron Crown.
No,
2-hit KO'd Iron Crown anyway.
Even through Terra Grass.
You saw it did 57 the first time, right?
I did, and that was not a crit, and it managed to beat it very effectively too. It didn't need the crits to beat both.
I'm guessing that Indeedee probably died anyway.
Well, yes, of course. Well, again, I mentioned the crits didn't matter And the crits did not matter at all. Ogre Pawn would have been killing both either way. So credit to Panzer for bringing it back.
There was nothing to bring back.
He
was
dominated.
In the driving seat the whole time.
He dominated. So, next up was the third game in the series, Bokoa versus Arcanine 1929. One of the matchups we got wrong.
Yeah, well, Arcanine, to put it bluntly, played like shit.
How honest. How brutally honest of you. But you're right. He did play kind of shit. So, are you...
More than kinda.
Are you... Bokoa started off, as he did, from that surprise game that you saw, burning both the Cyclizar and the Mimikyu with Entei's Sacred Fire. And Mimikyu...
Can we just acknowledge that a Draco Meteor from Cyclizar did less than non-banded Sacred Fire from Entei?
Yes, and that is really funny. Yeah, burning the Mimikyu as well, and his own Mimikyu got to chip the Lucario heavily with Drain Punch to allow it to die to its own life orb. And then Crawdaunt then beat the Cyclizar, then beat Crocodile after a hard switch in.
I understand why he did it, but I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either. He
did it to intimidate it so he could safely do things with Mousehold.
With Population Bomb, but he didn't get to do that because Necrozma Terra Steeled.
Oh, but also I think Arcanine may have been predicting a Weezing switch in. But why would you, I don't know, having the Crocodile in on the Weezing?
Yes.
I mean, usually those things are levitate anyway.
So what? So, what? What are you doing?
Maybe he switched it in so he could knock off the helmet, so he could let Mousehole do its thing later, but, I guess,
they do jack.
Actually, we don't even know if it was helmet, do we?
Alright, yes.
Yeah, we don't. It never even came out.
And, it was used in the back, while Bokoa used Terra Necrozma Steel to beat both the Mousehold and the Yanmega with Photon Geyser, as you saw right there, winning the game.
Interesting, though. He didn't even think to set up the Mousehold?
No, he did not. Next up was LC, which Arcanine did suggest they would play next, and they got to play next.
This was certainly a game of all time.
Shurdle got to set up Sunny Day and encore the Tink-a-Tink while doing the Stealth Rock, and then after sacking Glamette, who managed to lower its speed with Mudshot, beat it with Torchic's Fire Blast. Then came probably one of the weirder, brings here. Volibai's Sunny Day. It got to use it to set it up against Skrelp, beating it, allowing Bulbasaur to just come in, Terrafire, and beat Stunky, then Skrelp, then Gurky, before being ousted by Mienfoo's Fake Out. And then the final turn saw Shurdle encore Mienfoo into only doing knockoff, killing it, leaving Mienfoo versus Mienfoo. Bokoa Terra Ghosted and missed the high jump kick, and Arcanine was able to kill the Terra Ghost Mienfoo with knockoff to win.
More specifically, it was encored into doing knockoff, Then Itera ghosted, so it wasn't affected by Fake Out. It knocked off Arcanine Sabiolite. It moved first to do High Jump Kick, missed, and then died to a knockoff. But as Arcanine said, he canceled Bulk Up, apparently. His Mienfoo is a Bulk Up Mienfoo.
Interesting.
So yeah, why he threw that, but it won anyway.
He won. He threw, but he won. Next up was PU. Arcanine tried to have the advantage early, chipping the Lycanroc with Zoroark's Dark Pulse and beating Ursaring with Decidueye's Leaf Blade. Bellybolt survived a Lycanroc's Endeavor attempt to Toxic it and heal itself off. And then Bacoa just kind of started to turn it around, with starting with Mudsdale, critting the Decidueye with Earthquake and killing it with Heavy Slam. Then Kingdra...
The Decidueye crit was, that sucked.
That did suck. And Kingdra then used its Focus Energy to Oko Gastrodon with Draco Meteor. Then Terra Steeled to beat Frostmoth with Terra Blast, and also...
What? Wasn't it Flash Cannon?
No, it was Terra Blast. Turn 16.
Blast.
Yes. And
it learns Flash Cannon too, though.
Yes, it does, but apparently it just uses Terra Blast. Kingdra then surfed, and Thinking is overrated, which I'll play Pokemon what? The final turns, we saw the Grimmsnarl kill the Florges, Scyther finishing off Zoroark with Quick Attack to win.
Yeah, once again, Arcanine numbers threw this pretty stupidly.
It wasn't a good look on Arcanine, but Bacoa picks up the win.
Like, once Gastrodon died, you know what he should have done?
What he should have done?
Go into Zoroark and kill the Kingdra!
And why didn't he?
Yes, instead he sacked the rest of his team to it.
He threw pretty hard. And unfortunately, that isn't a very good look on Arcanine numbers. We were picking you to beat him. And yet Bacoa keeps being the surprise, as we just saw in the surprise game. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but it's more like Bacoa is,
Hack machine.
clearly lucky a lot of the time, but also Arcanine really just played like shit.
Yeah, unfortunately so, and unfortunately that spells the end of Arcanine's run in TLT. Next up is Blood Ace versus Colored Name. Colored Name... First off was LC, which Colored Name dominated, actually, the first half of this game. Using Magby to beat Mienfoo and burning Vullaby in succession. And his own Vullaby beating Mudbray and crit killing Blood Ace's own Vullaby on turn 24.
I think this game confused me a lot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. Like, I'm actually pretty good at LC this gen, I think. So, like, I was really confused at a lot of the plays. Like, what are you doing? Why are you staying in on that?
They made some really weird plays to you.
All I will say is that Colored Name had no fear that of Brave Bird on his Mienfoo, because like he kept staying in on that thing, and you turned out. I can understand that though. Brave Bird rarely ever kills from full.
No, especially when it's burned. Blood Ace.
Well, I'm talking about other instances, not when it was burned.
Okay, when it was not burned. Then Blood Ace started to come back with Fungus tanking most of Tinkatink's Ice Hammer attempts to heal itself off, putting Minfu to sleep, then Terra watering against...
Something I don't get, I'm sorry to cut you off, but why did Colored Name switch in Tinkatink on Mudbray?
I don't know. You think he would save Tinkatink for when Mudblay's
right. He was probably thinking that Volabai would switch in place of it on his Toad School. But, like, you don't need to think that far ahead, against someone who doesn't really play the tier, do you?
Again, he just wanted to be safe.
Like, you don't need to be making such bold doubles, like, early in the game. Because that screws you up half the time. If you do that right off the bat, it'll screw you over a lot of the time.
You have to be really
Trust me, I know.
You'd have to
only
play
make
really
those
well.
doubles later on when you're certain of how they'll play.
Yes. Going back, it managed to Terra Water against Magby's Fire Blast. Then actually managed to poison the Marini on turn 46, which kind of cost Colored Name the game, as it tried to Iron Defense and Terra Dragon to at least mitigate some of the attacks, but ultimately the crit kill as well on turn 51 screwed Colored Name over, and ultimately Blood Ace picked up the win shortly after. Left as well, not forfeited, not lost his last remaining mons. He just left and became inactive. Next.
I'm trying to find the other plays I found weird.
Okay.
I died and Fungus was in. Why didn't Colored Name just go and, attack it with Magby?
No idea.
Well, it would have either forced the Amoongus to Terra, or it would have forced a Chin Chow switch in, which I think either one is pretty good. Because if the Amoongus Terras, nothing walls Minfu anymore.
Yeah, it just kills. Very effectively. The Fungus.
Yeah, and speaking of that, so I didn't try to, once the Amoongus had Terra'd into Terra Water.
Fungus woman, not Amoongus.
I said Fungus.
You said Amoongus like 3 times.
Did I?
Yes.
Weird.
Anyway, Fungus.
I was a little confused as to why Colored Name didn't just try to clean things up with Minfu. I know it was asleep, but the thing is, his last 2 Mons, the beauty of his last 2 Mons is that they're both regen Mons.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay for your Minfu to take a bit of damage and then switch back out to Marini. You could just flip swap over and over.
Yeah, just pivot out and get some health back. Pivot out and get some health back.
Like, use a turn of sleep, switch out, switch back in, use another turn of sleep, or maybe not that exact sequence, but yeah, point is, you don't need to just keep it in back because it's asleep.
Yeah,
you have 2 Mons, they're both regen. They can switch back and forth. Both of their Eviolites are intact, too.
Oh, yes. They actually haven't been knocked off as well. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Just completely relying on the Marini. and just ignoring Mienfu's existence because it's asleep, I think was not a good idea at all.
Mm-hmm.
That Fungus does not want to take a single attack from Mienfu right now.
And
especially not a high jump kick, because it can't take it very well anymore.
Yeah, because Eviolite was also knocked off, so you would have gotten the Mienfu in. You could have avoided the Marini getting poisoned, and it wouldn't have crit killed. Fungus wouldn't have crit killed it.
I suppose it all. Let's see. Diglett and Amoonguss. One run regen mon and one very fast, relatively hard-hitting mon that's frail as hell and can't heal. You would think your two regen mons can work and yeah, you know. But yeah, also why the hell are you like iron defensing on
a Fungus? On a Fungus.
Sorry, I keep reading its name.
Amoonguss imposter, yes. Why do you keep iron defensing on Fungus when it's a special mon? Were you trying to like save up against the Diglett?
Your Mienfu can comfortably take sludge bombs and not get poisoned.
Yeah, were you trying to save up against the Diglett or something? Like, huh?
And besides, if you wanted to heal if you wanted to heal it at all, you could have just switched it out. Like, again you could have taken advantage of the fact that your two mons were regen.
Yes.
And, like, I get it's very unfortunate that your Mienfu was asleep for 3 turns, but you could have handled your last 2 mons much better and didn't.
Yeah, if he took advantage of that he has Regenerator and he could abuse that in the last few turns, he could have probably won. But he didn't.
Yeah.
Alright, next up we have NU, which colored name actually tried to do something, despite, not feeling well by the time that he played both of these last few games. He still managed to pick up a win in one of the tiers at least, starting off with...
yeah, it almost wasn't, but there was quite a clutch from one particular mon at the end.
Yes. Well, starting off where we have Cinccino using Tidy Up to set up and critted Mudsdale numerous times to beat it with Tail Slap. Taking a burn from Terra Steel Altaria to beat that. Also having Endeavor along with Tail Slap to go along with it. Then Flygon tried to sub and D-Dance against it, but eventually got burned and eventually lost to Sylveon's Moonblast. Blood Ace then soon had the advantage with his...
You're not going to talk about how Blood Ace kept letting his mons get chipped by Cinccino?
I have no idea why Blood Ace kept doing that.
Well, he explained why.
I mean, I thought you'd switch, but, like, Cinccino was in a good enough position, bro.
He's not switching, bro. Do you know what that Cinccino is? That's a lead. That's a sash lead.
That's a sash lead,
That's not supposed to switch. That's just supposed to do stuff and die.
Yeah. Which, it got off at least one against the Mudsdale. It got off at least once and then got burned afterwards.
Yeah, usually that's actually that's a fair bit more than they usually do, I think.
Yeah. So
really, Blood Ace really let this thing run a little wild.
Too wild, in fact. Yeah. Blood Ace did soon have the advantage after that point. Toxicroak beating Colored Name's own Toxicroak, and Caporaja beating Chandelure, tanking Dreadnaught's liquidation after Cell Smash to beat it with Iron Head. It was also
I don't really get why Colored Name didn't sub a third time.
Yes. Against the Altaria?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no
Because
idea.
either you sub, it braverts
I think sub was
again,
dead
and
out
it
before.
kills itself to recoil, or it heals and you sub, and you have a sub up free. You get to D-dance now for free. Then you just kill it next turn. Or
Instead, you let it get burned.
Or if it tries to Will-O-Wisp, well, it can't do that if your sub is up.
Yeah, what? You have all the advantages of doing sub on turn 16, and you did the other thing with that.
Sub was ideal on turn 16.
Not
I
ideal,
think
it
it
was
had
the
much
right
more favors than not.
It was the right play after all. So, yeah. Other than that, after Blood Ace got off to a comfortable lead with 4-3, Screamtail ended up reverse sweeping and clutching the victory for Colored Name, reversing that 4-1 lead all the way down to a very good final few turns, the final endgame. It even managed to dodge Inteleon's Hydro Pump on turn 35, enabling that to beat it, and then ultimately it beat the Sylveon by
I have to wonder how much that did. Depends on what set that Inteleon is. If it's Specs, then yikes. Colored Name really dodged a bullet. If it was just Scarf, then no, not so much. I don't think.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Tell the calcs.
For Scarf, it was 41 to 49, assuming that it's a Screamtail without much of any investment.
Mm-hmm.
Could be invested, though, since it had Wish.
Oh, yeah.
And with Specs... it, let's see. It was 73.
Costly. Very costly.
Yeah, if it was a Scarf Inteleon, I think the Screamtail may have still won. Because, like, between Wish and Calm Mind and Psychic Noise, it would have still been difficult for that Sylveon.
Yep. So, in the end, the Colored Name still had the advantage with Screamtail by the end.
I think so. Although, maybe not so much if that was a Specs Inteleon.
Alright. And then final game we saw here is OU, where Colored Name's Lando started off strong. Actually, it tanking...
Oh boy, this is the game that made me do complex math.
It took Ogerpon's Ivy Cudgel and dealt a U-turn in advance while Blood Ace's Lando taunted it to no avail. And Samurott got to beat the Iron Moth, winning the advantage there. Continuing the momentum straightforward, though, is the Dragonite, which it Terra Grounded and beat the Raging Bolt with Earthquake and used King Gambit to beat the Iron Valiant. Eventually, Blood Aces came back near the end of this game using the Terra Ghost King Gambit to beat Colored Names, and avoided Paralysis to beat the Dragonite with Kowtow Cleave, Sucker Punch, critting the Pecharunt for Blood Ace to win. So what was the turn that made you do complex math?
Well, Colored Name was arguing for a while that the crit mattered, and that ruined his chances of winning. Which, in theory, maybe it did. So, I did the math to find out how much damage Sucker Punch would have done if it didn't crit. So, turns out So, as was what was being discussed in the chat, it would have needed a low roll on both Lando and King Gambit
to take the hit,
to win, to like take both hits. Yeah. Thing is, according to the math I did, Sucker Punch did hit a low roll, actually.
Really?
A very low roll.
Really?
The range is 41, is 41 through 49 with, minus attack. It would have done 43 without crit.
Oh, wow. That is a low roll. He still would have tanked a hit. He would have been more in a comfortable position.
There was a chance to tank the hit. However, wanna know something? Turns out the crit didn't matter at all. Wanna know why?
Why?
That was Earth Power Landorus.
Oh. So, what does that mean?
It means it just dies either way.
Yeah.
And no matter how low the roll King Gambit gets, even if it doesn't crit, it does not survive Earth Power.
It does not survive Earth Power Lando, which means King Gambit would have fulfilled its role in chipping the Pecha run. So, yes. That crit did not matter.
Yeah.
Alright. So that ends Colored Names. Chances of competing in further rounds. Next up is LCAP KD versus Fragments, which Fragments won in 2. Surprise?
No.
Good.
Goodbye, LCAP.
Congrats on beating One Last Kiss, I guess. OU started off, Fragments started off well with Toxapex toxicking the Samurai Hisui before it died. Ursulina beat the Goldengo and Dondozo using Avalanche to beat the Terra Ground Roaring Moon. Then Iron Valiant and Dragonite were then poisoned by Toxic, and Gliscor not killed off Glamora, allowing Fragments to stall out and leave El Capmons to die to poison. Fragments really used stall. Plus Ursulina.
Well, yeah, he used the anti-LCAP strat.
And it works. It just works. Beating him there very quickly there. And then UU Fragment started off once again toxicking Amon, this time the Dawn fan, and defogging any Stealth Rock attempts away with Mandibuzz. Blissey getting to paralyze Iron Jugulus and stall out any air slash attempts before.
Wait, you didn't mention the funny.
What's the funny? I didn't see the funny. Or maybe I just didn't want to. Oh, this. Donphan trying to Stealth Rock.
When rocks are already up.
And
it did first because of Custap Berry.
Mandibuzz got to defog them away, so bye-bye rocks and bye-bye Donphan.
Yeah, I think LCAP for Gore.
LCAP did for Gore.
He for Gore, his Donphan was Custap Berry and would move first, so defog would come after rather than before.
Yep.
He wanted to have his Donphan die with rocks up, but forgot about Custap Berry.
Yep, and yes, so the LCAP hacks did not go his way, especially against the Blissey with Iron Jugulus here. The air slash attempts did not work, and instead Blissey managed to kill Iron Jugulus.
He got a couple flinches.
Only a couple does not mitigate the fact that he got paralyzed a few times before died to Seismitos. And then Hoopa got to beat the Okidogi, and then Skeletor just kind of stalled it out. Mandibuzz then taking care of the Terrifier Scizor by Terra stealing and beating it with foul play. Before Hoopa came back in to beat Ogerpon after it killed Mandibuzz.
I feel a little bad for LCAP because he got a little unlucky with the Caesar versus the Skeledirge. I think he got a low roll when the Skeledirge was in range of knockoff and it lived on one.
Again, the LCAP hacks did not work. Fragments took it away. Yeah, Mandibus got to kill that off with foul play, and then Ogrepon having Stomping Tantrum was an interesting choice. Got Toxic did for that, Alarky in return. Then Ogrepon died to Hoopa, then Toxapex, then finished off Greninja by Toxicking it and stalling out its Dark Pulse attacks before LCAP forfeited. And Frags won, once again, by stalling out LCAP. Which seems to be the effective strat, huh?
Yes. Worried about LCAP hacks? Just make your team anti-LCAP.
And LCAP actually got hacked himself. A fair bit.
Slightly.
Yeah. Next up, we have S-Valor versus Ryusoken. In 3. First off, we have RU, where after both managed to set up the hazards, Zapdos killed the Zoroark Hisui after a hard switch-in, and Bisharp Terra-flying in order to avoid Salamence's Earthquake attempt and set up Swords Dance, OHKOing it and killing Chestnut, giving Valor quite the advantage early on. Ryusoken then tried Terra Ghosting. However, Zapdos managed to OHKO away its Eviolite. Again, another case of the Terra not being very effective against the move choice. And this one wasn't much better. Big Burb used knockoff and the Bisharp lost its Eviolite before it died too.
Well, that wasn't a bad Terra though. I mean, who would have... I mean, how was he supposed to know he would knock off?
Doesn't every Zapdos just carry a knockoff?
Yeah, but why would he use it against a Bisharp?
Apparently, it's to catch potential ghosts, I guess. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he either used it to knock off the Eviolite, or he specifically intended to catch the Terra. Why would you not Terra Ghost if you're expecting a close combat?
I guess.
There's nothing wrong there. It's just Esvalor caught the Terra. You wouldn't be saying any of what you're saying if Esvalor went for close combat.
No, of course not. I wouldn't have noted it.
Exactly. You would have instead been praising Ryusoken.
Alright, anyway, Mimikyu then killed Hisui and Gudra, then Cleavor beat the Armourouge with Quick Attack before finishing off Bisharp, and Valor won. So, again, Valor still had the advantage by that point, still won. Alright. Now let's move on to a tier that hasn't been played all that much in TLT, because everyone hates it. It's Monotype.
You know, I'm confused by what Esvalor did, because, like, why not just finish off the game with Mimikyu, right?
Yeah, why not? I mean, he still got the win. It was in this position.
Yeah, even if he could have just finished it off with Mimikyu. Okay, well, maybe not versus Bisharp, because its speed was lowered, but...
Right. Monotype. Valor set up the webs, but Ryusoken just don't care, just don't give a crap, and just beat Galvantula using the Dragon Darts, and set up Reflect, and even defeated the Iron Hand by Luster Purge Latios, which apparently Esvalor didn't know? Oh no, wait, actually no. He didn't know, what did...
got screens.
Oh. Well, that's a pretty common thing to use Dragapult with.
It's not very common, no. It's
No?
It's not something
No?
you see much, but it's around. It's been around.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it is around. I guess it's more niche, but it's good when it uses that.
It's a bit more niche, yeah.
Rotom then tried up to set up using Sub Nasty Plot, eventually killing the Hisuian Gudra, and beat Dragapult with a crit stored power. But managed to miss 2 Hydro Pumps against the Archaludon, so that it dies to Body Press. Gouging Fire then set up Dragon Dance against Palmot's close combat attempts, and Earthquake to kill it, then beat Zapdos with Flare Blitz and Raging Bolt by the end to
Just
win.
saying, the stored power crit on Dragapult didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Obviously not. That thing's at +6.
Yes, you're right. It did not matter, but it still was funny.
But speaking of things that did matter...
We move on to OU. My god.
What? Oh, I was just talking about the misses.
Oh yeah, the misses. The Hydro Pump miss against the Archaludon. Those mattered. Those definitely mattered.
The 2 Hydro Pump misses.
Yes, before Archaludon killed it with Body Press, and then Gouging Fire just wrecked shop later.
Yeah, that could have been avoided if Esfalor simply used stored
Hydro
power.
Pump. Oh yeah, stored power. That's right, stored power. He even said it in chat. He even said in chat that he just...
But honestly, in his shoes, I might just want to go for Hydro Pump myself, because I think there's a pretty good KO chance just from one of those.
I mean, it would do like over half if it hit once.
No.
No? Calc.
I said good KO chance, as in one hit KO.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, then yes, it would manage to OHKO the Archaludon at that range.
You're really just gonna say stuff like that based on what I'm saying, huh?
Yes, because I have no time to think.
Why do I have the time to think then?
OU is next.
See. Let me see. Yo.
43% chance? Damn. Okay, fine. It has a chance then. Anyway, OU is next. We have Kyurem trying to set up a Dragon Dance. However, Great Tusk heavily chipped it before King Gambit finished it off with Low Kick, giving Valor an early lead, but was immediately lost when Zamazenta OHKO'd Cinderace in return.
Wait, Ryosoken's team looks almost exactly like, well, it looks very similar to what we just saw Blood Ace use.
Well, without the Zamazenta and the Iron Moth, but yes. After a lot of switching, Slowking then used Future Sight on turn 28, and ended up crit killing Corviknight with it 2 turns later, managing to get that crit kill very nicely. Right around here, that Future Sight, and then that crit kill, which was unfortunate. It was an unfortunate situation there. Valor managed to get the advantage by then. Then, Terraflying Dragonite then killed Dondozo off with Terra Blast when Ryosoken counteracted by poisoning the Slowbro with Iron Moth, Sludge Wave, killing it and Meowscarada afterwards. King Gambit ended up cleaning the endgame, beating Tinglu with Low Kick and Zamazenta with Sucker Punch, and Valor just won.
Yep.
So, that was the game. Now, let's talk about yours. PokeR 2004 versus Wildfire. Should we start off with the game that I don't want to relive the most?
Pain.
Oh, you sound defeated.
I am defeated. I'm out of the tour. I've been defeated.
Yes, but
What do you mean?
but
Like,
you sound defeated
I
when
just am.
no, when you sound defeated when this game comes up first.
Because I was defeated.
Unfortunately so, but let's get to it. We start off where honestly I think Kiram was an early problem for you as the sub
Yes, it was. That's why I tarot King Gambit later, because I'm like, hell no, I want this thing low immediately.
Because it's substrat allowed to shrug off its Garganacle, the Garganacle salt cure attempts, Terra grounding at turn 17 at a good enough range to kill the Garganacle.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Although I probably could have afforded to send in Moltres a bit earlier, just roar it out.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I thought I didn't really know what to do exactly at the time. Wasn't really sure how to handle it.
Well, your Moltres then became an asset later on, tanking any future sight attempts from Slowking, and managing to get off burns with Zamazenta and Great Tusk, which the Flame Body definitely helps. Eventually dying to poison from Slowking, Sludge Bomb on turn 65.
Well, by that point in time, it did its job.
Yes, it did. It did its job. You could have afforded to do one more, but...
No, yeah, in theory, I could have sacked King Gambit earlier and saved Moltres.
You could have afforded to get at least one more burn before killing
so I could have another King Gambit switch in to maybe potentially get it burned, and that would be lovely.
You could have afforded to get one more burn in, but it was at the height.
Could have also been a Corviknight switch in theory.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Moltres was pulling its weight the entire game.
Yes, it was. You really relied on this thing. You really relied on the Flaming Moltres a lot. And then, turn 67 was the beginning of the whatchamacallit. So, Dragapult missed a Will-O-Wisp. Corviknight does a Brave Bird. Does over half. Turn 68 happens. Dragapult misses another Will-O-Wisp. Corviknight attacks using Brave Bird. Dragapult dies. You lost to a Will-O-Wisp miss.
2. But yes, I think primarily 1, because even if the second one hit, I would have been in a not quite as ideal spot.
You would have still won. And then Wildfire then finished off the rest of the end game with Corviknight, who was ironically enough the one to have beat you at the end, beating your Great Tusk and your King Gambit at the end to win for Wildfire. Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate.
I outplayed.
You outplayed heavily. You had secured the win. If you only got to
my end game was set up. Everything burned, and the right tools to deal with Gambit.
Great Tusk was alive. It was
cleaning with Hex, or cleaning with what I had in the back.
The Great Tusk.
Kiram being unable to heal itself, or sub up. All of its damage taken, sticking.
None of those things went your way. To everyone's dismay. Next up was LC, and you did much better. Much better. Game didn't get really much...
I was mad.
Yeah, you were why. Mad. No, you were mad. Game didn't get much progression until turn 31. 20.
I want to explain like a lot of my turns. I don't know if you could tell, but I was being hella cautious of Gothita.
Oh yeah, yes, you have to be, because Gothita was going to be a big threat if you weren't careful.
Yeah, so even though I was a little scared to lead Mienfu at first, because, like, what if he leads Gothita?
Gothita would have cleaned.
But I figure Psychic does not kill, like, 94% of the time.
That's 6% chance to.
Even if he leads Gothita, I can just fake out and you turn out. He leads Mudbray, to my confusion. I guess he just wanted to Rock's lead. So I figured, cool. Your Eviolite's gone. How's that feel?
Vindication for you.
And now you can't switch in Gothita either, because I'm going to U-turn now.
Yeah. It would be a bad idea to switch in Gothita now.
Like, look, there's my Fungus. Now I get a free spore.
Yes, you did. Yes, you're definitely showcasing that you could play LC to a decent degree.
And look, my dig. Now everything on your team is threatened by it. Just kidding. I steal your Eviolite now because I have Pickpocket.
Yes, Pickpocket was the big boy. Then came.
Sorry, what did you just say? My headphones accidentally got unplugged.
I was saying, like, you're playing around with that Pickpocket.
That's a girl, Mikoi.
Tinket was a big girl, playing off your Tinkatinks Pickpocket really nicely. Fungus.
Also, I was confused as to why he surfed my Fungus multiple times, even, like, after it had already switched in. Especially when he revealed Ice Beam, I was very confused. Like, if you had that the whole time, why did you just keep surfing it?
Yeah, why weren't you using it? I was questioning that too. Like, if you had Ice Beam, why weren't you using it?
Yeah, like, sure, unfortunate that I just crit killed your Marini, but why were you not Ice Beaming the entire time?
Yeah, why weren't you Ice Beaming the whole time? You could have done well with it. Unfortunately, you didn't. Lullaby then became an asset, defeating the Stunky and the Terra Dragon Mienfoo with Brave Birds, so taking itself
out with it. Lucky me, he hard switched in his Mienfoo, which allowed me to knock it off, and his Mienfoo was naturally slower, so that allowed me to Brave Bird it first, and luckily I lived a high jump kick, and that put it in range of knockoff, so then Stunky comes in, free knockoff! Your Eviolite's gone! Which means by that point, even if you switch out your Stunky, anything that comes into this incoming Brave Bird is gonna die!
And your Brave Bird definitely
kills Stunky. And look, he sends in his Mienfoo now. But guess what? I'm not in range of fake out. Yeah, I'm not in range of that.
Yes, you definitely got off scot-free with the fake out range, and you managed to take out the Mienfoo with Brave Bird. Then I
didn't care about Lullaby dying at a point, because, like, anything that comes in will get Brave Birded and either die or just get real low. And the only thing that may not have died to Brave Bird was his Lullaby, but, like, I have a Tinkatink.
Yes, why would he send it in? His Tinkatink's a threat there. Anyway, yeah, the Mudbray then ended up finishing off your endgame pretty nicely, beating Wildfire's own by taking its Earthquake enough to rest and Earthquake itself to beat it to death. Then it managed to Sleep Talk, get a lucky Sleep Talk, Terra Steeled, and managed to get a lucky Sleep Talk on turn 38, which allowed it to Earthquake and beat the Gothita.
That didn't matter.
You were gonna
I
earthquake
don't think
anyway.
it mattered.
You're gonna earthquake anyway. You should be fine.
No, I mean, he didn't have anything that could actively kill Mudbray anymore.
Yeah, because Scarf or whatever Gothita that is. That ain't doing jack.
And even if he somehow did, what I have in the back just wins anyway.
True.
Like, what was he gonna do? Lock into Thunderbolt?
No.
Well, then Diglett just comes in for free and wins.
No,
Oh, wait, no, I was trapped.
You were
Right.
shadow tagged, of course, woman.
Yeah, but, like, even if he kills me with Thunderbolt, he's locked into that, so, like, Diglett comes in and subs up for free.
Yeah, subs
and
up
wins.
and earthquake and wins. Yeah, so you would still win. You're still in a winning position to win, LC. It don't matter. You were gonna win anyway.
Yeah. This was manslaughter.
But you was not.
Look, man, I didn't know how to play versus his team because his team is unusual. I got a bit of a rundown about it after the game from the guy who provided my team.
Mm-hmm.
He said he knew the team. Said that, yeah, it's an unusual team.
Oof.
Like, that Klefki, it's not even Prankster.
That's Magician?
It's Magician Klefki with Balloon.
Oh?
It's basically Pickpocket Tinkaton, but for lower tiers.
What? Alright, never seen that before. What?
Yeah, I bet you can imagine I didn't either, based on how I played.
Weird. Alright. So, this was pretty much decided. NU was pretty much decided by one thing and one thing only. Your Avalog died early.
Yeah, but Wildfire made an incredibly risky play early on, too.
Which turn?
He U-turned with Flygon on my Avalug. Why would he do that and like immediately switch into
Oricorio?
I understand he wanted to block spin, but what if I, avalanched?
Yeah. What if he avalanched?
Like, there's a Flygon in front of me. What's stopping me from clicking that?
But, yeah.
And, like, not to mention, you didn't even hard switch. U-turn, so Avalanche would be hitting full force.
Full force and
120 BP Avalanche. You don't want your Oricorio to take that. So
I wish
that was incredibly risky. That's why I spinned. I considered the fact he might switch in the Oricorio and block my spin. I also considered, no, that's way too risky. Why would he do that? That's hella risky.
That's risky,
but he did
it
anyway.
Would have been really funny. I wish you could have done the risky play. It would have been funny.
No, what do you mean?
It's nothing. Just catch the Oricorio so it wouldn't do as much freaking
avalanching wasn't risky.
Oh no!
Wildfire was the risky one.
No. While I am not denying that Wildfire made the riskier play. I just wish that you caught him off guard and just did Avalanche anyway.
Well, that's the thing. I just didn't think he'd make such a risky play.
That he did. But yeah.
It paid off for him, yes.
But yeah,
and I wasn't really concerned about losing it later, because I just figured I can get it in later and heal.
Fire Spin Altaria. Fire Spin Altaria managed to trap you and then subsequently kill you. Netting Wildfire.
Like I said, yeah.
Weird team. That somehow
Like I said, I didn't quite know how to deal with this team, because I didn't know what the hell this team was.
Weird team, but very effective.
I played very well versus Enter in NU, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because his team was pretty normal. I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
And took many things in to account for. But when I saw when Wildfire loaded up, I was confused.
You were caught off guard, basically.
I didn't really know what the hell this was.
Okay. So, yeah,
Also, I must have been allergic to clicking Earthquake this battle or something.
Yeah, because, turn 15, we saw that the Wildfire tried to catch an Earthquake, but, the Altaria switched in and Gligar used U-turn instead. That was a pretty fun...
Oh, you know what? You know why I was allergic to clicking, Earthquake this game?
Because Flygon?
Look at his team!
Flygon and Altaria.
He's got an Oricorio, he's got a Flygon, he's got an Altaria, he's got 3 things immune to ground.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 by the time, 2 by a pretty early point in the game, but still, there's no reason for him to ever risk getting stuff weak to ground earthquaked.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
So I kept thinking, there's no way he stays in, right? Maybe he started thinking I don't have Earthquake.
So did you overthink or
I did,
underthink?
by the way, I did.
So did you overthink or underthink him?
Maybe overthink.
Yeah.
But, like, that's reasonable, right?
That is pretty reasonable.
He has multiple things immune to ground, so staying in, especially with Toxtricity, that was the strangest one to me, because,
he was playing with wire.
Didn't kill, is the thing. So you just straight up lost your Toxtricity if I decide to Earthquake. Was he aware it didn't kill? Did he not think to switch in to, like, one of his ground immune mons?
He was playing with fire. Wildfire, that is.
It's just very strange to me.
Yeah, speaking of that...
He played very aggressively, and I played too passively.
Mm-hmm. So, Tauros then died to his Zen Headbutt. Copperajah missed the play rough on that Toxtricity.
Yeah.
The boom burst there was pretty effective on the Gligar, I guess. And yeah, you were just in a losing position by that point because hazards were too much. Toxicroak tried to come back. Oh, that's right. You want to explain, like, turn 27?
What's that?
That is when Inteleon, you switched in Inteleon on the Toxicroak. I think you said you thought it died to hazards, so you would have got a free free sack. I mean.
So apparently I've never known how Spike's damage works until then.
2 layer spikes at that too.
Yeah, I thought each spike did around 12 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought 2 spikes plus rocks would equal a dead Inteleon on switch-in. So I thought I couldn't bring it back out. So I thought it's a good sack for there, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, apparently that's not how spikes works at all, and it actually came in and
lived at least 5. So you still got a free sack, but it was you thought it died to hazards.
No, that wasn't a good free sack. That was a kind of a throw, actually.
Oh yeah, because Inteleon would have managed to clean if you had kept it in.
No, it wouldn't have cleaned, I don't think.
Oh right,
I mean, he still has Aqua Jet on that Tauros odds are, right?
Yeah. Tauros was still alive, and yes, it's still healthy enough.
Although I definitely had a far better shot if I played this right. I think what I should have done is maybe sack the Copperajah, send in Inteleon.
No. Tauros was still with her. What did you have on that?
What did I do here? Oh, it went for Then headbutt. So no, actually, if I sent in Kaparaja, then it wouldn't have even been a sack. So it would have gotten an attack off free. Then maybe something else would have just killed it.
Toxicroak.
Then maybe I could have. I don't know. It's a little hard to sequence this. Because, like, if I knew Inteleon lived, actually, from hazards, then I'd have a Torrent Inteleon, Scarf, by the way, staring his team dead in the face.
Yes, and you would have Ice Beamed the Altaria to death, you would have done something against Toxtricity. It would be a dead Toxtricity by that point. And Tauros...
So, like, if Wildfire, messed up and hard switched in anything on that Inteleon and made it that where, like, 2-hit KO'd or something, the Inteleon could have, in theory, done a hell of a lot more than it did.
And you would have finished off the Tox. You would have made the game closer, that's for sure.
But as long as Tauros was still alive, the Inteleon wouldn't have swept or anything, because these Tauros, they run Aqua Jet.
Yeah, the game would have been a lot more
But it would have locked him into Aqua Jet, then I could go into Toxicroak, set up, and maybe sweep?
Maybe. That's a slight maybe, though.
Hello? The Tauros, and what was that?
Never mind that. Continue.
And it would have had to Aqua Jet, and then I would send in the Toxicroak, and then I could set it up for free because it's dry skin. It would force the Tauros to switch out. Yep. And then maybe I would have been able to, like, kill whatever switched in, and then the Tauros would come back in, and odds are he goes for Zen Headbutt, right?
Oh, definitely. Against the Toxicroak? Yes.
So then I would Terra Dark.
Yeah, which would have been the more ideal play. Yeah, you saved your Terra for this one, too.
Yeah, yes, I did.
So, yeah.
I suppose it was winnable, but yeah, this was really difficult because I was trying to figure out what the hell his team was.
It was bleak.
Like, all game.
It was bleak, and you could have definitely cut it a bit closer if you had the chance, but yeah. It would have taken some really, like, big brain plays in order to beat. Not even that. You just died to Parashong in the end, in the actual thing.
Yeah, I suppose if he, well, no, if I had the chance to set up Toxicroak and kill the Altaria, then that wouldn't have happened.
But
yeah, I could have done this differently. I definitely could have won if I understood what the team was from the get-go.
Well, it's fine. So you're out. So you're out of TLT. It would have been more dignified if you progressed through the tour a little bit further. Definitely that OU game cost you.
I know.
But you're gonna be covering these videos with me for the rest of the damn tour until it's over. Hooray.
Or I don't. Wow. No one says I have to.
Wow. You're really fulfilling your role as a co-host. Never mind, you can. It's mainly just me. Anyway, last game to recap is the Let's Rumble Shall We versus the Iron Pikachu in the series of all time.
Did you just say the Let's Rumble Shall We?
Yes, I did. And you know what? I ain't changing that.
So many words.
So, OU was first, where Pika tried to become aggressive at first with Stall, yes.
Imagine being aggressive with Stall.
Yes, he tried to be aggressive with Stall, beating Dragapult with Skeleturge's Hex, but Hellray counteracted using Roaring Moon the turn after, setting up Dragon Dance and Terra Flying to sweep through Iron Pikachu's team with acrobatics, only being stopped by Alamomola's Scald Burn.
Yeah, because, like, it did that multiple times and only, burned on the, third time?
Yeah, third time's the charm. And yeah, Skeledirge then missed Will-O-Wisp on Great Tusk, who counteracted by Earthquaking it, and Superior finished off Alamomola to win. I mean, this wasn't close. This was Hellray's game, even with stall.
Yeah, this was not close.
This wasn't close at all. LC was next, where Ipika actually dominated in LC.
And Hellray brought a weird team.
Really
and played
team.
weirdly and also got a bit unlucky.
So Ipika, she used Vullaby to tank the Gimme Ghoul's Power Gem enough to kill it with knockoff. Glimmet to beat...
I have to wonder if that's a roll.
I also wonder if that is a roll. That is really unlucky.
I'll go check. Oh.
Was that a roll?
It was a min roll.
Was it really?
Yes.
What's the actual, calc?
Well, the range is 95.6 to 113.
That's with light... Oh, that's without light screens. The light screen was on Hellray's side. Yeah, very unfortunate. Low min roll.
Although, according to calc, it says there was about a 50% chance for it to KO.
And he didn't get that.
So not as bad as I first thought, but unfortunate, I guess.
Very unfortunate. Yeah, so then the Glimmet beat Hellray's Vullaby with its own Power Gem, showing how it can really do a Power Gem. It even crit killed Meanfu with Sludge Bomb. Then Vullaby finished off...
Actually, wait. It depends on what nature the Gimme Ghoul was, actually. Because if it was modest, there was a 94% chance to kill. If it's just normal timid, or I don't know if that's normal, actually. No one uses Gimme Ghoul in LC.
Only Hellray does.
50% chance to kill if it's timid, though.
Okay. So it was either a 50-50 or a 6% chance to live. Yeah, so... Crit kill on the Beanfu from Glimmet in order to die. Vullaby then finished off Nummel, and after Impidub set up screens with Jangmo-o as its sweeper, losing Sword Stance and Terra Stealing to reverse sweep. It used Scale Shot to beat Stunky. However, Meanfu tanked the Iron Head, beat it with High Jump Kick, and Hellray forfeited.
Did you mention Meanfu getting crit killed?
Yeah, I did. He got crit killed by a Sludge Bomb.
Okay, something I would also like to say, I guess the Vullaby on Hellray's side, I guess he didn't, maybe it wasn't Terra Ground? Because, if he just Terra'd it and, well, I don't know what was actually, maybe it was Terra Ghost.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess if it was Terra Ghost, then no reason to really Terra it.
I mean, he was saving his Terra for the Jangmo-o anyway, so...
Also, any particular reason he didn't set up stockpile with Nummel? I mean, I'm assuming that's what it was, right?
Every Nummel set runs that, so I don't know why.
Yeah, like getting mudshotted, sure, but like you get to set up with stockpile. Then does it rest? What does it do?
Earth power. Well, it did use earth power in its Eviolite, so yeah.
But if it could heal and if it had stockpile, then probably could have used it on turn 10.
Yeah. Would have been very effective. Ultimately, he didn't use it. And finally came the NU game, which it brought some actual good bonds. Houndstone managed to burn the Overquill, who tried taunting Hellray's own Overquill to prevent him from setting spikes, then beating the latter to using Flygon, giving Ipika the earliest of early leg ups. However, Tentacruel counteracted by Rapid Spinning and Toxicking. Vaporeon and Hellray managed to set up even more hazards, eventually picking up kills on Overquill and Vaporeon, turning the momentum on his side. And then it was just Flygon, who cleaned through the endgame Scale Shot to beat Bronzong. Then Terra Steel to outmatch Ipika's Flygon's Outrage to beat it with Scale Shot. And then crit killed Min Xiao with Earthquake before finishing off Chandelure, winning the game for Hellray.
Yep.
What is that? What else is there to say? Hellray plays the lower tiers and he played them well. Ipika is out, Hellray stays in. So that is the end of the losers bracket round, the losers round 2, aka round 3. Pokeart, who won predicts this week?
Let's Mikoi with 6 out of 8.
Whoa. 75%, let's go.
And you know, it would have been 7 out of 8 had I not missed my Will-O-Wisp.
Stings that one more. Alright, second place was...
Well, me and the pick both got 5 out of 8.
Well, technically it's 5 out of 7 for you.
Oh, right. So I guess I'm technically second then.
Yeah. Your ratio is better than Pick's. Take that, Pick. Alright.
I don't see the need in bragging to a random number generator.
Ha! Take that, Pick, you absolute fool. I will. Anyway, if you aren't gonna
HR pinging me.
you aren't gonna shit talk the Pick, I will. Anyway, round 4, aka what is this? Winners round 3 and losers round 3. Let me see. Yes, I'm right. Technically, because this would be, well, technically for me, this would have been quarterfinals, winners bracket, and just losers round 3 for the losers bracket. So, hey. So let's predict these now 6 matchups. It was originally going to be 8, but since 2 played, we're going to predict only 6 matchups. However, we did give our predictions right before, so we'll talk about these games right now. First off, we have the winners bracket, the quarterfinals, the top 8 of the winners side. First up, we have Tempo de Anguria versus Terracotta, a highlight match.
Yeah, and honestly, a match that looks very close. Like, this looks like the closest match of the week, actually.
Yes, it is. It's definitely the closest matchup you are ever going to see because both players I tabulated as both evenly skilled in some tiers.
I don't think they're quite evenly skilled, but like I think they're both pretty skilled in the same tiers is the thing.
Which will be the ultimate deterrent, actually. This will be determinant.
Oh, they did lock. They did lock tiers, by the way.
They did lock tiers, and the tiers that they're going to be playing is UU, Ubers, and NU.
Ubers is kind of fair game for both sides, I think.
Yeah, Terracotta isn't favored. Tempo can actually play Ubers to a decent degree, and he can put up a fight.
Of course, Terracotta was still the one who locked that, though.
Yep. UU, I think Tempo has that. NU, though,
that was what Tempo locked, yes.
Yeah, Tempo, I think, is more skilled than Terracotta and UU. NU, though, I think, tier-wise, I think Tempo has got this.
Really?
Yeah, I think Tempo would be more favored-wise. Well, in my opinion, I think Tempo would be more favored-wise if in terms of tiers, but I think Terracotta is much better in prep.
Yeah, Terracotta cooks in prep.
Yeah, much better in prep and much better in team selection and choices. So...
Can confirm this is true.
So... who is going to win? Who are you picking?
I'm going Terracotta.
I'm also going Terracotta, actually. Despite the fact that Tempo may win tier-wise, I think Terracotta just can outplay, even at a tier that he's at a disadvantage at. So, I'm picking Terracotta.
Yeah, Terra's good. Terra can be good at damn near anything, I think.
Yes, even doubles. Which he can be skilled at. Case in point, Pokehard. Anyway, what does pick say?
The pick, let's see what it says. The pick says Tempo di Anguria.
So it is going against us.
Yes, it is.
Could be a bold choice. Next up is Taking Notes Kinda versus Wesh Papillon, which we're not going to predict because this already was decided very early on after this game was after this thread was up. And Pap won.
Yeah, but...
And two?
Yeah, we're not surprised by that result at all.
We would have picked Pap either way. This was not a surprise.
Yeah, we were both definitely picking Pap either way.
I think, yeah, because Pap is one of the strong... It could be the heavy favorite going into this.
Pap's one of the strongest players in this tour right now.
Yeah, he's definitely the heavy favorite in the winner's bracket. Hands down.
Wait. Actually, let's not say that. Remember what happened to our last kiss.
Okay. He is the heavy favorite.
And Malor, for that matter.
He is the heavy favorite. But Pap can make the occasional oddball play or odd choice. But it doesn't. But performance-wise, he is much better than the rest of the pool. That's what we're all gonna say. We're gonna say it only once in order to not jinx it.
So yeah, both you and I, we were going Pap all the way. But the pick, who's gonna tell the pick?
We got one job, pick.
It picked Taking Notes kinda. Who's gonna tell it?
Yeah, you had one job, pick. Hilarious. Anyway, next...
But it's already decided. Why are you picking wrong?
Next up, we have Rafna versus Polo Ariosto.
Rafna.
So the tiers that they're going to be playing in are Ubers, LC, and RU. Yeah, I don't have to think.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't have to decide. I don't have to think hard about this. It's Rafna. I think Rafna...
I actually think the tiers, in theory, should favor Polo a little more, but
He does play LC and RU.
Rafna's just better.
Yeah, he does play LC and RU, which does favor him, but yeah, Rafna's just 100% better than Polo Ariel still.
Rafna beat Colored Name in LC despite not really playing it much to my knowledge. I think he'll be fine versus Polo.
He'll be fine. I have complete confidence. You know what I want to bet? I think this is going to be a 2-game series.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to be a 2-game series. So we're both picking Rafna. What is picking?
Yeah, even the pick is picking Rafna.
So yeah, you had one job. You actually did your job right. Next up, we have Excelsior versus Brain Damage Haver. I said it right. They haven't locked tiers, I think, to my knowledge, but hopefully they get posted.
No, they did.
They did? What are the tiers? You announced them.
They locked tiers last week, I think.
Oh, I didn't see them. Okay, what are the tiers? I didn't see them.
DOU, LC, PU. They're playing Friday at 2 p.m. minus 6.
Thank you for telling, but, yeah, I think this still favors Excelsior. DOU, LC, PU.
Brain has been doing better than I thought he would, yes, but Axel is going crazy with the prep, apparently.
Well, yeah.
He is training in DOU.
Oh, so he's actually, like, taking advice. Alright.
Yeah, bro is,
Bro's on another level.
Bro is getting the hang of DOU quite nicely from what I heard.
Yeah, so that's a good sign, and hopefully
that's probably what Brain locked.
It is. It is 100%. I don't think Excel's strongest suit is DOU. So, and Brain has somewhat experience now that he's played a couple of DOU games. But yeah, I think, despite the fact that Axel may potentially be in trouble in DOU, I think he'll do the other tiers just fine. His singles is more stronger than Brain's. I'm picking Axel.
The thing is, Brain could easily take LC too, I think.
You think?
I think.
Okay.
Like, he's not actually bad in that.
Alright.
Actually, it might be one of his better tiers.
Really? So you think the tier-wise, this favors Brain?
In theory, yes.
Wow. Against Excelsior, that's going to be... Ooh, alright.
I think it's actually fairly even tier-wise. That's what I think.
Alright, fair enough. I'm still picking XL.
I'm picking XL too.
Though, judging from what you're saying, you wouldn't be surprised if Brain wins?
I wouldn't.
Really? It's kind of an upswing. Is the hype real? Has the hype truly been worth it for Brain? Nope.
Well, it is for the pick.
Okay, so I guess Pick wanted to continue the hype. Alright, next up, the losers bracket, the 8 that will be decided here. Again, I'm surprised that this is a losers bracket matchup, so whoever loses here will be out of TLT. Batty versus Penter.
Daddy.
Penter can do one thing. Batty can do multiple things. And even
Batty can do everything, I think.
Yeah, and even DOU, like, Penter could be challenged a little, but I still think he takes DOU, but...
I wouldn't be surprised if Batty took DOU, actually.
Me neither. He can play that. We've seen them do DOU in the past, and they're not bad at all. Singles-wise, I think he's 100% better, so yeah, Batty, all the way.
Yeah, definitely.
Batty. Who is the picking?
Batty.
Is he actually going Batty? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Next up, we just saw this matchup, Bakoa versus Blood Ace. We already reacted to it. It was hilarious. And also kind of...
We're taking the L.
we're definitely taking the L on this one.
We said already, before it was decided, y'all saw what we said. We said we think Blood Ace will win.
And it didn't pan out that way because things happened in that game that shouldn't have happened, but it did happen.
Oh, even the pick thinks Blood Ace would have won.
We're all taking the L. Even the pick is not safe in taking the L.
Well, the pick's already taking 2 L's in matches that already happened.
Good. It's not winning this week. Alright. Next up, it's Fragments versus S Valor. And their tiers have already been decided. It's RU, LC, and doubles. They're playing Saturday, 4 p.m.
Yeah, frags. Easy.
Yeah. There isn't... Valor can prep all he wants, but I don't think it's enough to beat Fragments.
Valor, likes RU. I'm guessing they locked that. But, I mean... Even the RU games where we've been seeing...
Not exactly...
Nothing impressive, really.
Not exactly the most impressive, I think.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Frags takes this in 2, RU included.
Me neither. I think this will be a total domination. And what does pick say? Ooh. 1 to 100 disadvantage for SV Valor. Alright, next and last up we have Wildfire versus Hellray. And I don't see that they lock tiers.
I think they...
Let me see if they did.
Wait. Actually, maybe I could just ask real quick.
Oh, they haven't locked yet, unfortunately. At the time of this recording, they haven't locked yet, but...
Yeah, I just asked and he responded immediately.
He said no. Yeah.
No, he just says he's trying to lock last. Basically, I guess he means he wants to schedule first.
Okay. So, yeah, Hellray?
Hellray, yeah.
Hellray. Any tier, I think.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is in 3, though.
Wildfire can play decently. You've seen it firsthand, PokeArt.
There's another reason why I think this is closer than on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Although I cannot say it here, but I'll explain it to you in DMs.
Okay. That's fair, but yeah, I'm also thinking Hellray. Any tier that Wildfire may lock, I think Hellray has done at 100%.
Yeah, thing is, Wildfire's best tiers are not Hellray's worst tiers. In fact, what Wildfire's good at, I think Hellray's also good at. That's the issue.
Even much better at certain tiers. So yeah, I think this should be a Hellray win.
Like I think Hellray's weaker tiers are probably like
it's gonna be shit like
LC.
Yeah, it's gonna be shit like LC,
maybe doubles, maybe UU,
maybe even OU.
No, I don't. OU maybe not. He's decent at OU.
He's decent. Uber says 100% better, but yeah. Yeah, Monotype.
I don't know about Monotype. I don't know how he does in Monotype, but yeah, so some of his weaker tiers are not what Wildfire specializes in, especially not LC.
Yep.
Wildfire's not terribly good at LC, from what I can tell.
Yep. Alright, what does pick say?
The pick. Let's see what it says.
It picks Wildfire. Alright. Fair enough. And that ends this long video. I really had this mapped out to 90 minutes, but a game just so happened to happen in the middle of it.
Yeah, so it ended up being just as long as some of the previous weeks.
Sorry. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you wouldn't miss a video once it comes out. And we'll see you next time when we talk about round 5. And we will eliminate more people.
We're already at half the amount we had.
Yes, we're halfway done. We're halfway done through TLT. Let's eliminate more people next time. But until then, this has been Mikoy, signing out.
Adios.